Ever felt stuck, unable to move forward in life? Do you sometimes find yourself pushing against the current, struggling to make progress despite your best efforts? If so, you're not alone. Many of us experience this feeling of being held back, of facing an invisible force that seems to block our path. This force is what we call resistance, and it's a common human experience that can significantly impact our lives. Today, we're going to explore why resisting is holding you back and how you can overcome this obstacle to unlock your full potential. We'll dive deep into the nature of resistance, its effects on our lives, and most importantly, how we can work with it rather than against it. Resistance is a natural human response to change or challenge. It's that inner voice that tells us to stay in our comfort zone, to avoid taking risks, or to stick with what we know. While this instinct can sometimes protect us, it often holds us back from growth and new opportunities. In our daily lives, resistance can show up in many ways. It might be the hesitation you feel when considering a career change, the procrastination that keeps you from starting a new project, or the excuses you make to avoid trying something new. These are all manifestations of resistance, and they can have a profound impact on our personal and professional development. There are several signs that might indicate you're experiencing resistance. You might find yourself constantly postponing important tasks or decisions. Perhaps you feel a sense of dread or anxiety when faced with new challenges. You might notice that you're always finding reasons why something won't work, rather than looking for solutions. Or maybe you feel stuck in a routine that no longer serves you, but you can't seem to break free. These signs of resistance can be subtle, often disguised as practicality or caution. But if you pay close attention, you'll start to recognize the patterns in your thoughts and behaviors that signal resistance at work. The costs of resistance can be significant and far-reaching. On an emotional level, constant resistance can lead to feelings of frustration, anxiety, and even depression. When we're always fighting against change or growth, we expend a lot of mental and emotional energy, leaving us feeling drained and unfulfilled. Resistance can also take a toll on our mental well-being. It can cloud our judgment, making it difficult to see opportunities or solutions that are right in front of us. This narrow focus can limit our creativity and problem-solving abilities, further reinforcing the feeling of being stuck. Perhaps most significantly, resistance can lead to missed opportunities and stunted personal growth. When we resist change or new experiences, we deny ourselves the chance to learn, develop new skills, and expand our horizons. This can have long-term impacts on our careers, relationships, and overall life satisfaction. To understand why we resist change, it's helpful to look at the psychology behind this behavior. At its core, resistance often stems from fear of the unknown, fear of failure, or fear of discomfort. Our brains are wired to seek safety and stability, and change represents a potential threat to that stability. Comfort zones play a significant role in resistance. These are the familiar routines and situations where we feel safe and in control. While comfort zones can provide a sense of security, they can also become prisons that prevent us from growing and evolving. The fear of the unknown is a powerful force. When we face unfamiliar situations or challenges, our minds often jump to worst-case scenarios. We imagine all the things that could go wrong, rather than considering the potential benefits or opportunities. This fear-based thinking fuels resistance and keeps us stuck in our current circumstances. One of the most interesting aspects of resistance is its paradoxical nature. The more we fight against something, the stronger it often becomes. This is true whether we're resisting an emotion, a situation, or a necessary change in our lives. When we resist, we pour energy into the very thing we're trying to avoid or overcome. It's like trying to push away a heavy object. The more force we apply, the more tension we create. This tension not only drains our energy, but also keeps our focus fixed on what we don't want, rather than what we do want. For example, if you're resisting a difficult emotion like sadness or anger, you might try to suppress it or distract yourself, but often this only makes the emotion stronger and more persistent. The energy you use to resist the emotion actually feeds it, creating a cycle that's hard to break. The same principle applies to larger life challenges. If you're resisting a necessary change in your career or relationship, you might find that the situation becomes increasingly uncomfortable or unsatisfying. Your resistance creates a kind of friction that makes the current state more and more difficult to maintain. Understanding this paradox is key to overcoming resistance. It shows us that often the path forward isn't about fighting harder, but about learning to let go and flow with life's currents. This brings us to an important distinction: the difference between resistance and acceptance. While resistance involves pushing against reality, acceptance is about acknowledging and working with what is. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to undesirable circumstances. Instead, it's about seeing things clearly without the distortion of wishful thinking or denial. When we accept our current reality, we're in a much better position to take effective action and create positive change. The benefits of acceptance are numerous. It reduces stress and emotional turmoil, freeing up mental and emotional energy that can be directed towards constructive actions. Acceptance also allows us to see opportunities that might have been obscured by our resistance. It opens us up to new possibilities and perspectives. Moreover, acceptance fosters resilience. When we're not constantly fighting against reality, we become more adaptable and better able to navigate life's ups and downs. This resilience is a key factor in personal growth and success. So how can we overcome resistance and move towards acceptance? Here are some practical steps you can take. 1. Recognize resistance. The first step is to become aware of when you're resisting. Pay attention to your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. Notice when you feel tension, avoidance, or a strong urge to push something away. 2. Get curious. Instead of immediately trying to change or eliminate resistance, get curious about it. Ask yourself, what am I resisting? Why? What am I afraid might happen if I stop resisting? 3. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness techniques can help you observe your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This creates space between you and your resistance, allowing you to respond more skillfully. 4. Start small. If you're facing a big change or challenge, break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. This can help reduce the fear and overwhelm that often fuel resistance. 5. Reframe challenges. Try to see difficulties as opportunities for growth rather than threats. Ask yourself what you might learn or how you might benefit from facing this challenge. 6. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself as you work on overcoming resistance. Remember that it's a natural human tendency and that change takes time. 7. Take action. Sometimes the best way to overcome resistance is to take action despite it. Start with small steps and build momentum. One of the most powerful aspects of overcoming resistance is learning to let go. Letting go doesn't mean not caring or becoming passive. Instead, it's about releasing our tight grip on how we think things should be and opening ourselves up to what is and what could be. When we let go of resistance, we often find that situations we've been struggling with start to shift naturally. It's like stopping pushing against a door and realizing it opens inwards. Suddenly, the path forward becomes clear. Letting go can lead to a sense of freedom and lightness. Without the constant struggle of resistance, we have more energy and clarity to pursue what truly matters to us. We become more present in our lives, able to appreciate the moment rather than always fighting against it. This shift in mindset can have profound effects on our lives. It can improve our relationships as we become more accepting of others and less reactive. It can enhance our creativity and problem-solving skills as we're no longer limited by rigid thinking. And it can lead to greater overall life satisfaction as we learn to flow with life rather than constantly swimming against the current. A key aspect of overcoming resistance is cultivating awareness. This means developing the ability to observe our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without immediately reacting to them. It's about creating a pause between stimulus and response, giving us the power to choose how we want to respond rather than reacting automatically. Cultivating awareness allows us to catch resistance early before it builds up momentum. We can notice the first signs of tension or avoidance and address them before they become major roadblocks. There are several techniques you can use to increase self-awareness. 1. Regular reflection. Set aside time each day to reflect on your experiences. Notice any areas where you felt resistance and explore why. 2. Journaling. Writing can be a powerful tool for self-discovery. It allows you to externalize your thoughts and gain new perspectives on your experiences. 3. Meditation. Even a few minutes of meditation each day can significantly increase your self-awareness. It trains your mind to observe thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. 4. Body scan. Regularly check in with your body. Notice any areas of tension or discomfort, as these can often be signs of resistance. 5. Seek feedback. Ask trusted friends or colleagues for their observations. Sometimes others can see patterns in our behavior that we miss. 6. Practice presence. Try to stay present in your daily activities, rather than getting lost in thoughts about the past or future. This presence can help you notice resistance as it arises. As you work on overcoming resistance, you'll find that you're also building resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep going in the face of adversity. It's a crucial skill for navigating life's challenges and achieving long-term success and well-being. Overcoming resistance builds resilience in several ways. First, it teaches us to face our fears and discomfort rather than avoiding them. Each time we do this, we prove to ourselves that we can handle more than we thought, building confidence and inner strength. Second, working with resistance rather than against it makes us more adaptable. We learn to flow with change rather than always trying to control our circumstances. This flexibility is a key component of resilience. Third, as we practice acceptance and letting go, we become less rattled by life's ups and downs. We develop a more balanced perspective, understanding that both good and bad experiences are part of life. To further build your resilience, consider these strategies. Develop a growth mindset. See challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as threats. Build a support network. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage your growth. Practice self-care. Take care of your physical and mental health. This provides a strong foundation for dealing with life's challenges. Set realistic goals. Work towards meaningful objectives, but be flexible and kind to yourself in the process. Learn from setbacks. When things don't go as planned, look for the lessons and use them to inform your future actions. Cultivate optimism. Train yourself to look for the positive aspects of situations while still acknowledging difficulties. As you reduce resistance in your life, you'll likely notice positive changes rippling out into various areas. This ripple effect can touch every aspect of your life, from your personal relationships to your professional achievements. In your relationships, reduced resistance can lead to more openness, empathy, and genuine connection. When you're not constantly on guard or pushing against others, you create space for deeper understanding and intimacy. In your career, letting go of resistance can open you up to new opportunities and ways of thinking. You might find yourself more willing to take on challenges, learn new skills, or pursue that promotion you've been hesitating about. Your creativity may flourish as you release the constraints of resistance. Without the constant internal struggle, your mind is free to explore new ideas and make novel connections. Your overall well-being can improve significantly. The energy you previously spent on resistance can now be channeled into positive pursuits. You might find yourself with more vitality, better sleep, and a greater sense of peace and contentment. Even your perception of the world around you can shift. As you become less resistant, you may notice more beauty in your everyday surroundings, more kindness in others, and more opportunities for growth and joy. This ripple effect demonstrates the profound impact that our internal state has on our external reality. By working on ourselves and our relationship with resistance, we can create positive change that extends far beyond our individual experience. As we conclude our exploration of resistance, let's recap the key points we've covered. Resistance is a common human experience that often holds us back from growth and positive change. It can manifest in various ways, from procrastination to anxiety to a general feeling of being stuck. The costs of resistance are significant, impacting our emotional well-being, mental clarity, and overall life satisfaction. We often resist due to fear of the unknown and a desire to stay in our comfort zones. Paradoxically, the more we resist something, the stronger it often becomes. Acceptance is a powerful alternative to resistance, allowing us to see clearly and take effective action. Practical steps to overcome resistance include recognizing it, getting curious about it, practicing mindfulness, and taking small actions. Letting go of resistance can lead to a sense of freedom and open up new possibilities in our lives. Cultivating awareness is key to catching and addressing resistance early. Overcoming resistance builds resilience, making us better equipped to handle life's challenges. The positive effects of reducing resistance can ripple out to all areas of our lives, improving our relationships, career, creativity, and overall well-being. As you move forward from here, I encourage you to reflect on the areas in your life where you might be experiencing resistance. What might change if you could let go of that resistance? How might your life expand and improve? Overcoming resistance is a process, not a one-time event. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you practice these new ways of thinking and being. Each small step you take towards acceptance and letting go is a victory, moving you closer to a life of greater freedom, authenticity, and fulfillment. You have the power to choose how you respond to life's challenges. By working with your resistance rather than against it, you open yourself up to a world of new possibilities. So take a deep breath, relax your grip on how you think things should be, and allow yourself to flow with the currents of life. You might be surprised at where they take you. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of resistance. I hope you found insights and tools that will serve you well on your journey of personal growth. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to let go of what's holding you back and step into a more expansive version of yourself. The choice is yours, and the potential is limitless.